Hey everybody, Dave here. And I wanted to let you know that everything's been graded, got everything done grading around Tuesday. And so please double check for accuracy in your grades. And being a college 101 instructor, I, I just kind of feel an obligation to make sure that you're also checking to assure accuracy in all of your classes on Canvas, and just making sure that your instructors are getting their stuff graded and giving you feedback and my class and beyond. And if they're not, you have to knock on their door or send them an email and take control of your studies, just like you do in our class. And if you have any questions about my grading or anything like that, please don't hesitate to send me a message. That's what I'm here for. So a couple things that I noticed about you know, your fitness plans and your activity logs, especially during this time of the quarter when things are kind of hitting that, the bump, the speed bump of midterms, and the reality of what you have in store in our class. And also the environment, outside when it's raining and gray skies, it can be less than motivating to have to go outside and work out or to get in your car and go to the gym or whatever it may be. But I really want to encourage you to stay strong during those moments. And they're not easy for anybody, especially, I can just tell you right now, it's not easy for me as well. And this is what I do for a living. And it just makes you feel, for me personally, I know when I exercise in just like crummy weather, it makes me really want to exercise on days like this when it's sunny out and it's just nice and I can hear birds chirping and owls, swooping by me and everything else. In any case, that's my little rah-rah for you. I also wanted to talk with you this week about intervals. I've got a colleague who I've been working with. Her name is Kristen Michaelbust. She's a nutrition instructor at Clark, and she also teaches marijuana in your health. But she is really working on her mile time, trying to improve her 10-minute mile pace. And I think she's shooting for like the Shamrock Run in Portland. In any case, she's hoping for a sub 10-minute mile. And that's going to be difficult now because Kristen is 42 years old, just getting into running. And she's about 6, maybe 5'10" or so. And she's basically, I mean, don't tell her I said this, but a long, slow twitch muscle or a tall, slow twitch muscle. And she's really trying to awaken those fast twitch muscles that everybody has, but those types of muscles, the fast twitches, are the first ones we lose as we age. And I'll just call it like it is. It's a bummer. It sucks getting old, but you have to work with it because it's the only body you got. So you have to really care for it. And she's caring for it by really challenging herself and getting after those fast twitch muscles while she still can. And what I mean by that is if she were to do this in 10 years from now, she's much more likely to injure herself because running is not easy. And so knowing that she's shooting for a sub 10-minute mile pace, that's going to be a big challenge. But let's just start with one sub 10-minute mile and go from there. So right now what we're doing is we're just training her body to be faster, and even if it's for a short term. So I've been prescribing her a lot of 100-meter repeats all the way up to 500-meter repeats. And 500 may sound like a nice round number, but it also may sound kind of odd. Why would you have someone run 1.25 times around a track? It's just a matter of having time on your feet. That's really all it is at a prescribed pace. And what I mean by that is setting up your goal pace for those intervals to be faster than your actual mile pace. So, for example, if Kristen is shooting for a sub 10-minute mile, then all the quarters, the 400s that she's doing, a quarter is a quarter of a mile. So every one of those needs to at least be as fast as her pace in the mile. So if she's shooting for a sub 10-minute mile, then those quarters should be under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But knowing Kristen, I pushed her a little bit and I said, I would like to see if you can get, I think last week was like 6 times 400. And so she did 6 times 400 and her goal pace was, I think, between 2 and 210. And I think she got like 206s. So that was actually really impressive because, and the hope there is to be able to connect quarter to quarter to quarter to quarter. And once you have 4 of those connected, you're not going to be able to sustain that quarter pace, but you can slow it down to 215 or 220, and that will get you the 9 to 930 pace. And if she can connect those paces per mile back to back to back, before you know, you've got a 5K in under 30 minutes. So awakening those fast twitch muscles really, really helps, and it helps to do that running 200 to 500 meter repeats. I also work with a group of middle school kids, and we do a lot of 1K repeats, which is about 2/3 of a mile. And so it teaches also the mentality of having to run hard for more than 2 minutes. 2 minutes is kind of an important number in terms of physiology. After 2 minutes, your body starts to burn different. Your body starts to produce ATP in a different pathway. And without geeking it up too much, what I mean by that is anything over 2 minutes, you start to really enter into a system where you're trying to sustain a level of exertion, and I'll say without slowing down. And that's the trick, is learning the pace, learning the rhythm of just moving. And this could be running, it could be cycling, it could be elliptical, whatever it is, whatever your mode of cardiovascular work. The idea is to be able to sustain that. So for Kristen, not only is it important for her body to learn how to run fast for 100 meters to 500 meters, but also have workouts where she's working for longer than 2 minutes. She's not ready for that yet, but the kids I've been working with for a number of months, and so they know how to pace themselves a little bit better. Kristen's last workout that she did, I believe 2 days ago, was I think she did repeat 200s. I think she did 8 to 12 200s, and all of her 200s were to be at a 1 minute pace. So it was 30 seconds per 100. And also, that's another important thing, is dialing in, just sitting and doing the math for a little bit, dialing in how fast each 100 should be on the track. And so she would do, in the middle of a 200, at 100 meters, she would look at her watch to make sure she's on pace. And she gets to the 200, and she should be double what she was at 100 meters. And then she takes a little bit of a recovery lap, or a recovery 200-meter run, and she does it again and again and again and again. So in any case, there's a lot to this. If you guys need help with this stuff, man, just shoot me a message, and I'm happy to provide you with a video message, or we can meet, or you can just Q&A over an email, whatever it takes. It doesn't matter. And the idea here is to just start playing with your fitness plans. Start playing with your sets, your reps, the volume of work you're doing. If you've been doing 3 sets of 10, switch it up to 2 sets of 15, or switch it up to 4 sets of 10, or 4 sets of 8, or something where you're just mixing up, and then play with your rest intervals. Go 30 seconds, and then go 90 seconds, and then back down to 30 seconds. And that could be in the weight room, or it could be on the track. For Kristen, maybe I say 30-second break. Next one is 90-second break. Next one's 30-second break. Next one's 90-second break. It doesn't matter. The idea is to stress the body physiologically, and as long as you're getting adequate nutrition and adequate sleep to help with recovery, then you should be ready to rock and roll on the next hard workout. And really only putting in like 2 really hard workouts a week would be ideal. You don't need much more than that, really. In any case, there's a lot to this, and we are at, you can see my sticky notes, 8 minutes. Holy smokes, I apologize. Next week, we're going to talk about assessments. So I'll make a note of that right now. How to do some assessments that may be different from the norm. And that's all I got to say about that. I hope you guys are doing great. Shoot me a message if you have any questions. See you later.